countries and British overseas territories represented today in the Abbey. And absolutely, at the heart of this service, young people. We witnessed 2 scouts, members of the Guides, the Girls' Brigade, the Jewish Lads and Girls' Brigade, and the St John Ambulance distributing those single white roses to veterans. And the procession of witness, those holding items accompanied by members of the Rickmansworth Sea Cadets, CCF London, the Police Cadets, and the RAF Air Cadets. Many times we've noted that this, perhaps the last major celebration, the last major anniversary of VE Day that veterans will attend.
Because they're all dying, sadly.
Of so many young people today, a sense that the mantle of respect and remembrance is being passed on to a new generation.
Live. End of.
Sound of the 4 manual instruments, so bright and infectiously joyous, must have caught well the mood of optimism and hope that filled this great building 80 years ago today. And services started first thing in the morning at 9 o'clock, continued through the afternoon and into the late evening.
There's a trick of Edinburgh, James. You see him.
Celebrations for VE Day in churches. St Paul's Cathedral had hourly services too, Westminster Cathedral, but also swing bands in cafes and restaurants. And on the streets, accordionists, street organs, and people carrying gramophones to play.
That's a nice song.
The royal family, having passed out of the choir, now acknowledge the veterans here today. 78 of them. And after the strict formality of the service, something more relaxed now, conversations, stories to be told. All the veterans here today, nonagenarians or centenarians, that fast dwindling band of those who have tales to tell of military and civilian service during the war. Episodes of great bravery on the continent or in the far
Don't like them to just stop and talk to you though.
On land, at sea and in the sky. Moments of loss, mourning of friends and colleagues, the impact of shell shock or post-traumatic stress.
Tell me
Often
about it.
buried deep and seldom discussed.
The ones that survived are very lucky, but
Can easily be related.
honour for what they did.
As today, veterans are in the
They
company.
just did the job at the end of the day. That's what they were. They just did the job. It's all in background. Some banks, ship, just being a shipman, just a binman, being a postman, just becoming a part of the war, just sighting the front line, guys. I'm not joking. All in people.
These images from inside Westminster Abbey with me, James Holland, the historian, and Robert Hardman, the Daily Mail journalist. And Robert, very important to underline just how much the royal family has wanted the veterans to be very much front and centre of the commemorations this week. This is the part that they really wanted to do as well, to talk.
Live special historical Westminster Abbey.
On Monday with the parade, we see it
VE
again
Day
now.
80th anniversary, UK 2025.
Great state occasions here at Westminster Abbey, but I can't remember one where we've had "We'll meet again" as they leave, and that's very much there. I mean, there is a bond there. You know, the Windsors are a Forces family. The King was raised on the stories of these veterans, has met many of them before, has attended many of these anniversaries. There's the Prince of Wales, served in the RAF, the Princess of Wales there, her grandfather served as a fighter pilot, her grandmother was at Bletchley Park. I mean, there is this connection. We do
Wow,
have a sense of
it's amazing.
crossing of the generational gap in front of us right here.
We all had our families involved in the war effort, in a small way to a big way. We've all, or here because of our ancestors before us who fought in the war and survived it. The ones that are very lucky to tell the story and carry it on, and we will carry it on to the next generation as long as we can.
Westminster Abbey today, and it's a reminder, isn't it, that is a generation that is slipping away and soon, those who were actively taking part in the fighting and military operations of the Second World War are going to be fading from living memory. So it's moving, but it's lovely to see so many of them and some familiar faces there for sure.
And we've got among them there, we've got people who served who were there on D-Day. There is a woman called Christian Lamb, who's 104.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's amazing, who plotted the beaches from right here in Whitehall, and she was able to plot the beaches where the soldiers landed on D-Day. Incredible stories that those people have to tell.
Well, yes, and Colin Bell is there, and it's amazing how some of them, they really do look their age and are pretty infirm, but some of them are just extraordinary. And Colin is very much in that camp. I mean, he's 104, going on about 72, and he can still drink me under the table, I can assure you. And he flew 52 missions over Germany, including a number over Berlin and as a Mosquito pilot, and is as sharp and entertaining and great value as he ever
He's
was.
scribed from
And
Sonny
Robert,
Jevons.
the royal family are taking the opportunity now to...
Got that lassie behind her,
lend
looks really
veterans
pretty.
who were
The
there.
blonde
They
lady
also
behind
hosted
Kate.
them in Buckingham Palace, Tea Party 30 veterans there.
Oh,
And Prince George
less than all.
was taken to that.
Yes, I think they regarded that as very important, that the younger generation part of this too, because
This is it, guys, the last big anniversary. We won't see no one like this in our lifetime again.
Of the First World War.
Let's hope there's no Third World War in the next, well, decade or this century, 2021 to come, across the world globally. Hope that the Indians and Pakistanis can make up each other. We don't want any more conflicts. Please, for the love of God, spare the people, these friends, just come to agreement. And Donald Trump, stop being silly and act like president of the UK. Be president of the USA. Behave yourself. Just don't be horrible to the world globally. Just stop these horrible terrorists. Just be friends with everyone. Just get rid of the terrorists. Stop being horrible in the USA and America. Just act like a president of America, like the public of America want you to do, because you're not doing what they want. You're becoming unpopular in the polls. Get your life together, President Trump of America.
That was how she was dressed on being.
Don't just sit idle and leave things to unravel, like in Ukraine war. Stop being a bully. Act like a president of America.
Thinking of her at the previous anniversary.
Profiles at the right side of the screen. This is Scribe Shot and Sonny Jevons. That's the Duke of Edinburgh and the Duchess of Edinburgh. I met him in real life, I'm not joking.
Prince of Wales was just talking there to Christian Lamb, Marie Scott, also there with her.
And Surrey Hills Radio Station show had a King's Award from His Highness, him over there. He couldn't make it, he wasn't available, I don't know why. One of the lieutenant turned up.
They're able to be here.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's profoundly moving as well. It really is.
It's Camilla, the Queen of England.
So close to that generation slipping away.
So sad.
If we just look at the Queen there was wearing the...
There's Sophie, Prince of Edinburgh. I've met her in real life, I'm not joking. I've got photographs with it in my mum and dad's house. I'm not joking. There's William, Prince of Wales. There's Kate Middleton, Princess of Wales.
And then was captured. So and she loves meeting these veterans. They swap notes. I was watching them all in the grandstand earlier in the week as the parade came past. They were chatting away with the veterans because they have common cause.
There's Catherine, Princess of Wales, talking to Marie Scott, who served with the Wrens. Can't quite see her. She's 98 years old. That's who she's exchanging stories with right now. And Robert, the royal family were not untouched by the war.
No, they weren't.
Kent.
Yes,
Killed.
the Duke of Kent, we see that today, the Duke of Kent. I mean, he of all the members of the royal family today, I think this would be one of the most bittersweet memories, because he was a 6-year-old boy when his father was killed in a plane crash up in Caithness. He was on a flying boat taking off to inspect troops in Iceland. And, the news came through to the King at Buckingham Palace, and I mean the whole royal family were utterly shell-shocked by that. The King wrote in his war diaries that this was, for him, it was the hardest funeral he'd ever attended. So
I bet it was.
the Duke of Kent age 6. Now here he is today as a field marshal. He's part of the family group. For him to be here today is important. Tonight, his younger brother, Prince Michael of Kent, who was a tiny baby when he started.
This Sky shot on Signage Evans. Let's watch the video.